Namaskar. We are having a glimpse of Dasbodh. Today happens to be Dashak Chautha Samas Navva, that is ninth chapter, Atmanivedan Bhakti. Now, Atmanivedan means the Atma, the soul, the infinite God, the infinite soul, the infinite, Brahma Tattva. It is Nivedan means to going near him, getting merged with him, that is Bhakti, Atmanivedan Bhakti. Simple. In Sanskrit, Ni plus Vida, that is to offer everything that you have at the feet of God, that is Atmanivedan. Okay? श्रीराम मागा झाले निरूपण आठवे भक्तीचे लक्षण आता ऐका सावधान भक्ती नवमी. We saw the eighth one, now the ninth bhakti, that is Atmanivedan. So you become alert, awake, and you arise from your bad things, and wake up from the nightish bad things and wake up for the good things. Savdhan means all these things are there. नववी निवेदन जाणावे, आत्मनिवेदन करावे, तेही सांगिजेल स्वभाव प्रांजळ करूने. Now the ninth one is Atmanivedan, and I'm going to tell you with Swabhav, means the way I'm going to tell you as clear as I can. And his Swabhav means the way he behaves is, rock talk. As if sometimes he is writing with the pen, as if he is taking the sword in the hand and telling you, this is how you have to do it. Cut. You have to get rid of these things and you have to become, pure thing. That's what is Samarth Ramdas. Very clear. This is this and this is that. No, you have to behave like this. It is not accepted. Military style. Okay? ऐका निवेदनाचे लक्षण, देवासी वहावे आपण, करावे तत्वविवरण म्हणजे काय. Now what are the characteristics? You offer yourself at the feet of God and behave mana krama bachana. You think, behave and do everything for the God only. Which kind of God? That God which is present everywhere. You will become a harmless creature and you will serve each and every entity over here. And if you analyze all these things, oh, my body is like this, it is made up of Panchamahabhuta, Prithvi, Aap, Tej, Vayu, Akash, okay. And then, Yat Pindi Tat Brahmadi, all these five kinds of tattva are with me, Panchamahabhuta are with me, and it is present in the whole universe and so many infinite universes as well. Oh, okay. If these are gone, then what is left? Oh, then Tattva is left, that is the Brahma Tattva. Beyond that, what is there? Try to understand. Unless you go beyond all these things, you will not understand all these things. Like, if you make a statue of salt or maybe sugar and you dip inside the ocean and just take out and see, it has been vanished into the, not into unseen, but into that ocean. But here, our Atma, our Jivatma will vanish into unseen, and what will happen? Will body remain? Body, these people, they are living God. For example, there are few people. Their Mrunmay Kaya, that is made up of this earthen body, becomes Chinmay Kaya. Chinmay Kaya means they have become there. Why people, bow in front of so many great people? Because their body becomes Chinmay Kaya. They have become one with the God. Okay? So, Tattva Viran means you analyze all these things. Keep analyzing. Discuss with the friend, like-minded people. And you will understand that there are similar concepts present in all the religions. May it be Buddha, what I told by the Buddha, may it be, Jainism, may it be Islam, may it be Christianity, may it be Judaism. Everywhere such kind of things are there. Thy will be done. Manzoor-e Khuda hota hai, for example. Then there is a concept of Ak-Kabar. He is infinitely living, so the Ak-Kabar, I told you last time. Then Yehovah, Then Almighty God, He has everything. He doesn't require anything from you, and still you go and offer something to Him. Maybe a flower, the stick of that dhupa stick is there, or something like that. We offer our prayers as well. He doesn't require our prayers. It is already fulfilled. It doesn't require all these things. But to realize Him, we offer our prayers. We offer our services. And once we offer, we get offered completely to Him, and then we become one with Him, and then we become infinite soul. And that's how the realization is there. Tattva Viharani. Think over it. In early childhood, we used to do all these things. Means the friends were like that, the people were like that around. Then they, the youngest among us, oh, what a fantastic idea. We used to, encourage him for such kind of things. But at the end of the day, we used to decide, no, this is only, these are only words. God is beyond the words. That is what Swamiji has told. So you see, you have to, if you can think on the bad things, on the sports, on the movies and all those things, why cannot we discuss on these philosophical issues as well in the life? Why we keep aloof people, at the young age? Why should we keep children away from such things? Many a times I told you, since 2004, in fact, in the public premises, I have said that, Indian culture is as such that a person from Kanyakumari goes into the Kashmir and says, any elderly person, how are you, uncle? He will accept it. I am fine, child. Beta main achha hu. That's kind of relationships are there in India. It doesn't mind which religion, which language you speak. And that much trust is there in India. That's India. So you analyze all these things since early childhood. Then only, at a younger age and elder age, you will be walking this path only, from younger age to the elder age, in fact. मी भक्त ऐसे म्हणावे आणि विभक्तपणेची भजावे, हे अवघेची जाणावे विलक्षण. I am Bhakta of God, I am devotee of God, but I am separated from God. How is it possible? When you are unison with the God, then you are Bhakta. You are not separated from God. Then only you are Bhakta. A devotee is there. आणि विभक्त नसावे तरीच भजावे, आणि विभक्तपणेही भजावे. So you become separate from God, and then you offer prayers. You are Bhakta and you are offering the prayers. How is it possible? You are Bhakta because you are one unison with the God only. That time you are known as Bhakta. When you have become one with the God, the infinite soul, you become yogi, means you become merged with the God. Then at that time you are called as yogi. You become devotee when you become one with the Almighty God, and then you are called the Bhakta. So like that, you get separated from the God, and then how can you call yourself the Bhakta? When you are one with the God, then you can be called as the Bhakta. He avgechi janavi vilakshan. I mean, so don't get confused into all these things. Remain Bhakta, remain united with the God. That is what he's alerting as well. Lakshan asona vilakshana. Characteristics are there, but still he is beyond characteristics. Jnana ason agyan. Jnana asoni adnyan. Means you have that knowledge, and still you say you are not one with the God. That is ignorance. Bhaktosan vibhaktosan tehe kaise. So lakshan, vilakshan, these are the attributes, but that God is beyond the attributes. God is the supreme knowledge, but he is beyond the knowledge. Bhaktosan vibhaktosan. So you are bhakta as well as, but you cannot pray unless you are separate from the God. So this duality, you go beyond that. Don't get entangled into this duality, but try to remain Bhakta. How? So Deha Buddhyatva Dasam, Jiva Buddhyatva Dansha, Atma Buddhyatva Meha. That while you are in body, and if you think you are a body, then you become the servant of the God in everyone. That's how even Hanumanji is doing. You have the, Padasevan Bhakti and all those things. You remain Sakhya Bhakti and so many Bhaktis are there. You try to do something kind of thing and try to remain one with the God. Sometimes it happens when you start for Bhakti and devotion. Once you go out, you forget everything. Then, oh, I forgot to take Nam. Something like that happens. Then slowly, after 36 years and all those things, you immediately realize that, I got separated from God. Immediately come to the point and remain unison with the God. This is what Swami Madhava Vishnu Wakade, who used to live in Pune in 1475 V Maya apartments, Swami Madhava, who happened to be descendant of Sant Jnaneshwar. His Sadguru was Swami Swarupananda of Pavas. ओके. आणि भक्त म्हणजे विभक्त नव्हे, आणि विभक्त म्हणजेच भक्त नव्हे. विचारवण काहीच नाही समाधान. सो यू डोंट गेट एंटँगल इन टू दिस. भक्त, विभक्त, विभक्त and भक्त. If you think over it in depth, analyze, debate, and discuss and all those things, then you understand, oh my God, even people can get entangled into the, Shabda Dhyan, what we call word power, and get entangled into this worldly knowledge as well. In place of real philosophy, they get entangled into the word philosophy of words. And that is what Swami Vivekananda used to call intellectual gymnastics. Play intellectual gymnastics, we don't mind, but to become one with the God is more important. And how is the God? It is a formless. It is infinite. Give me the stamp paper, I shall write down that the living beings are everywhere. Even, in the universe, in fact, in the infinite universes. In fact, as per the Gita, Loha Loshta Pashan means iron, the stones, they are also living beings. They have gone into that yoni. How 8.4 million species are there? Even Loha Loshta Pashan are also there. People could find only 1.2 million species. How can you say 8.4 million species are there? Because you don't have, the science doesn't have capability to recognize these things as a species. Loha Loshta Pashan. Pashan is also a species. And when you commit a lot of mistakes, errors which cannot be, suppose killing and killing and all those things are there. So at that time you get this birth, and for millions of years you remain Loha Loshta or Pashan. Then again, when either you go into the lava and or your loho that get into the water and it get rusted and mixed into the water, and then you, that's the way you go into another yoni, the species. Okay, so try understand all these things. So once you understand that even God is saying that He is everywhere, the Jiva are everywhere, so each and every entity has got something to do with the Jiva and Shiva. Everywhere the God is there. Once you see that, even the stone has the Jiva, and that is Shiva. So you find that your body also is made up of Shiva Tattva. Your mind, brain, and all the stones, the air and everything is made up of Shiva Tattva. And that's so then you go beyond this and you become a realized soul, and you Atmanivedan Bhakti has been achieved. And it is not an end of that. It is continuous process. Even Lord Shiva, after so many years, is known as Kapri. He is performing his sadhana, aradhana. Okay? So again we'll see. लक्षण असून विलक्षण, ज्ञान असून अज्ञान, भक्त असून विभक्त. पण ते हे कैसे? भक्त म्हणजे विभक्त नाही आणि विभक्त म्हणजे भक्त नाही. विचारवण काहीच नाही, समाधान. If you do all these kinds of thoughts, process and discuss, debate, then you understand all these things. तस्मात विचार करावा. देव कोण तो ओळखा, आपला आपण शोध घ्यावा अंतर्यामी. सो अंतर्यामी मीन इनसाइड द माइंड chitta, buddhi, and all these things are there. There you try to think over it. You think over it like uh, the Upanishads have told. For example, in Ashish Upanishad, you go, by God's grace, I am the author of that. Uh, Shishya, the disciple, asks the Sadguru, who am I? Koham. Then Sadguru tells, Tattvamasi. So then he performs the penance and realizes Ahamatma. Then he goes to Sadguru. Ahamatma is true. He says, yes, go beyond that, go beyond that. Then he realizes, Ayamatma Brahma, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, Pradhnanam Brahma. He slowly realizes that everything is Brahman. That Paramatma, Atma, Brahman, and Ram, Shiva, Yehovah, Allah, it is everywhere. Ek Omkar, it is everywhere. All the religions tell the one and the same thing. Then you become a realized soul, and then still you perform this sadhana, because what else the realized soul will do? Is it not? So Antaryami, you try thinking over it. You become a realized soul, and still remain in that state of mind where you are sthita prajna, you remain one with that God all the times. Antaryami. मी कोण ऐसा निवाडा, पाहू जाता तत्व झाडा, विचार करिता उघडा आपण नाही. When you think all these things, you realize this. Panchamahabhutas are there. Prithvi, Aap, Tej, Vayu, Akash. Prithvi Tattva, the solid. Okay. Prithvi, Aap, water. Then plasma state. Vayu means the air state. And Akash means even Akash is also known as Panchamahabhuta. And beyond that is Paramatma. Now, when a jiva and the body is formed, at that time, Akash Tattva, reverse things happen. Lastly, Prithvi Tattva comes. And then the body is formed. And then when you try to, penance, then Prithvi up, slowly you get rid of this, and you become a realized soul. Like that. And in fact, this is just, to tell. Even with this body, you can become realized soul, and you can remain detached to this body all the times. Samarth has already told it. मी कोण ऐसा निवाडा, पाहू जाता तत्व झाडा, विचार करता उघडा आपण नाही. So you realize that, there is nothing like ego. Ego doesn't exist. Egotism doesn't exist. It is the God who exists everywhere. Even me, you, and everybody. Now you see, once what happened? A person went to a sadhu, and he said, this world is very, not so good. So the sadhu asked, where is the world? You see, so many disciples here. My family, your family. He said, where are they? Yeah, can't you see? Oh, you are looking at these eyes, okay. With these eyes, okay, they exist. Look at it with your Atmic eyes. And then you will realize, he was into a lot of depression, that person. Oh, yes. Oh, then he, his brain got enlightened. Yes, that's the way we have to think. Oh, they exist, but they don't exist. Just now you were saying that exists, and now you have started saying that doesn't exist. How did it happen? Then he started thinking. He came out of depression slowly. He became a devotee, and I don't have to tell what happened to him. He became a peaceful, peace-loving, harmless creature in future life. Okay, so that's how you have to think all the time. तत्वे तत्व जेव्हा सरे तेव्हा आपण काहीच आहो रे, आत्मनिवेदन येणे प्रकारे सहजीचे झाले. So what happens? One of the aunt was there. He used to say, with thorn you remove your thorn. Tattva is thorn. Remove with tattva the anatma tattva from your body. Tang. So you get rid of that. Once the thorn is removed, a thorn is inside your, for example here, that is what we do. But using another thorn, if you remove that thorn, now I am feeling okay. Like that. Why we penance? Why we do so many devotions, bhakti, meditation, and all those things? work is worship and all those things. Why we are doing? We are using the same body to get rid of these worldly things from inside your mind, body and soul, and then we become a realized soul. तत्व जेव्हा असावे तेव्हा आपण कैसा उरे, then we are not left. Only thing left is the God, formless God everywhere. आत्मनिवेदन येणे प्रकारे सहजीचे झाले. That's how Atmanivedan happens. That's how you become devoted to Atma. Atma doesn't means, fantastic things. Somebody said, sir, Atma means this. No. Atma means Brahma Tattva, the Paramatma Tattva. That is Ram, that is Shri Krishna, that is Jehovah, that is Allah, that is, Ek Omkar, and whatever you may say. That is Atma. Nivedan Yene Prakare Sahajiza. So it happens easily. You try to become a devotee first. You take first step, and then God will walk with million steps with you. He can take you though, to such a height, like Jnaneshwar Maharaj, such a height he is speaking. A lot of sadhus used to say that. He speaks at such a height that you become my God, you become a realized soul after listening to him for 100 days, maybe 108 days or something like that. That's how that has also been said by the top religious people. तत्वरूप सकळ भासे, विवेक पाहता निरसे, प्रकृती निरासे, आत्मा असे आपण कैसा. Now, there are two things, Tattvarup means Paramatma is one and Paramatma is everywhere. But if you look at through his Deha Buddhi, means this body is mine, and look at there. Oh, this is this is this wall is there and all those things. But if you think with as a Paramatma Tattva, Atma Buddhi, you realize that, I am beyond all these 5 elements, Prithvi, Aap, Tej, Vayu, Akash and all those things. And I'm not, this Prakriti, I mean all the galaxies and all things are always there. And then you think he has given over here, then you start thinking, earlier the Hiranyagarbha was there, then Ekam Bahusyam, all these universes, infinite universes has arisen, and then again it will go into unseen, again they form the Hiranyagarbha, and all these things will come and they will go. You start thinking like that, and then you think there Kali Yuga happens to be 4,32,000 years, then Dwapar that, and then Krita, Treta and all those things you start thinking. Then you can also think that Brahmadev lives for 100 years, and 100 years happens to be the 100 cycles of so many yugas and all this there. Then is he going to die? If he is going to die, is he trying for the mukti? You think over all these things. Then you realize Tatrupa Sakra Bhase, Viveka Pahata Nirase. Then once you do the Vivek, means Atma Natma Vivek, you are not only walking on the razor's blade, even on the Tattva, you see, that is a way. Razor's blade is too thick to think all these things. It is so sukshma. It is not only microscopic, but it is super microscopic things are there. So keep thinking, keep realizing, even while thinking. You come to the one conclusion only, that Viveka Pahata Nirase, Prakriti Nirase, Atma Ase Apan Kaisa. We are Atma only, Brahma Tattva only, nothing else exists. Egoism doesn't exist, has no value in this field or anywhere. People lose their importance if they start egotism and all those things. Because real importance lies with the Paramatma Tattva. So you become devoted to that, and whatever comes out, even through your mouth and your activity, that will be a reflection of Paramatma Tattva only. It is given over here. एक मुख्य परमेश्वर, दुसरी प्रकृती जगदाकारू, तिसरा आपण कैचा चुरू आणेला मध्ये. की one important thing is Paramatma Tattva. Second thing, if you say or think, Paramatma Tattva is there, above that, this Prakriti is there, so many, the geochemical cycle is there, environment is there, trees are there, species are there, and all these things. Even so many galaxies are there. This is suppose Prakriti that we can see and hear and listen and all those things. This is second. One is Paramatma Tattva and second is Prakriti. Third one, from where you have brought this thief, me, means I'm very important, I'll do this, I'll do that and all those things. From where you have brought. It doesn't mean that you should not do good things. You should do. And like kata se kata means thorn, using thorn you remove, tattva. You remove, like that you should use your body, mind and soul for a good cause only. But you should not bring this I in between Prakriti and Paramatma and all those things. That is also important. This is what he is trying to say. ऐसे सिद्धची असता नाथीली लागे देह हंता परंतु विचारो पाहाव जाता काहीच नसे. Like this, you become Siddha. Siddha means you have become one with the God. Buddhi, Siddhi, and all this. Dhi means your brains, Pradnya becomes one with the God and you think like Paramatma Tattva and you don't do harm with anyone. Nathil lage dehanta, then body, you don't get attached, I, me and myself to this body. You become attached to the God only. Parantu vicharo pahav jata kahis nase. Then if you think over it, you realize that nothing exists except God. Pahata tattva vivanchana pinda brahmanda tattva rachana vishwakare vyakti nana tattva vistarili. When you do think over this tattva vivanchana, you start thinking that tattva is there and phaltu things, useless things are there. You start realizing, oh, Brahmam Satyam Jagan Mithya, this world is, only a mirage. You realize this. And, those who realize this, they live a better life than who don't realize this. This is also important. Because they live with the limitations. It doesn't mean that you have become so powerful to you go and kill everyone. You have become so powerful that you earn so much money. You become so powerful, you go anywhere and show your power. No, it doesn't happen like that. They live within their limitation. Within because their aims are different. They try to remain one with the God. Then someone asks that, so many realized souls are there, they behave differently and they do this. Oh my God, you realize, if this is a Paramatma Tattva in which so many Rasgullas are there, so they have become Rasgullas. Inside and outside, Paramatma Tattva is living with them. They have become Chinmayaka, not the Mrunmayaka. Chinmayaka means, they have got touch of the God, for example, Brahma Tattva. And they have not remained only body, they have become the realized soul. Chaitanyamay body is there. I mean, you try to understand all these things. So, Dehanta, there is no egoism attached to the body. It is only reflection of God happens to their body. परंतु विचारे पाव जाता काहीच नसते. So nothing else exists except Paramatma Tattva. Pahata Tattva Vivanchana Pinda Brahmanda Rachana Vishwakare Vyaktinana Tattva Isali. So many people are there. Pinda is there, Brahmanda is there. Pinda means this Pinda, this body. And Yat Pinditat Brahmanda, whatever is there inside our body, human body, that is there. In fact, any body that is there, the reflection is there outside as well. You first realize all these things inside Antarman of your mind, and then you realize all these things outside. In fact, the inside journey is infinite. Outside journey is limited. You see this. When you become realized soul inside, then you see God everywhere. This is also important. तत्वे साक्षत्वे वोसरती साक्षत्व नुरे आत्मप्रचिती आत्मा असे आद्यंती आपण कैसा. Means once the tattva, I have told you all the times and many times that Swami Madhavnath, he used to, when he during pravachana, he used to say that I am also listening and offering all the Navavida Bhakti while pravachana. I am listening, offering, prayers to all of you and all those things. And I am watching as a Sakshitva. I am looking at this body performing, pravachana and all those things. So it is happening. All the times Namaspana, all the times devotion is going on. Maybe I am playing chess, I am doing this, I am eating, I am living with so many people. Sometimes he is scalding, for example. He used to offer food to at least one person every day, and he used to have the food at 12:30. because from 8 to 12, for example, his shop was open, then after taking food 1 o'clock he used to go back to the, I mean, I'm telling you the, his schedule, and he used to follow his schedule very strictly. I'm telling you the example, not exact time. So that person didn't come at 12:30. He came at 1 o'clock. He said, "You have disturbed my whole timetable today. So how the food? I had my food. I'm going to my shop at 1 o'clock. It is good that it is nearby. Within 30 seconds, I shall reach there. Within a minute, I shall walk there." You have to. The people are like, he doesn't realize he is talking to a realized soul. He says, "You are sadhu, what the hell, what work you are left? You have become sadhu because you are a retired person and you are sadhu." He said, "No, I'm 50 years old. Still I have to take care of my children and all those things. So that is why shop is there." The realized soul live a very good life. They are not a realized soul because they do the life like a hell. No, they are realized soul. They live a life, very pure life, and enlightened life as well. So he said, but this is what I thought over this throughout my life. He said, in fact, it is not like that. 1 o'clock I had to go, I'm going. He went and came back. Then my Sadhguru's wife, Sarlaji, told him that once or twice you come and listen what he says. He once and twice he came, and then he realized, "Oh wow, to whom I am talking?" Many times we don't realize we are living with this realized soul, because they don't have, a realized soul doesn't have all these horns and special ears and special things. They are wearing the crown and all those things. They are like you and me and everybody else like that. They are common men, but they are realized soul inside their mind. They are realized soul inside. It is an inside journey. सो तत्वे साक्षत्वे वोसरती साक्षत्व नुरे आत्मप्रचिती आत्मा से आद्यंती आपण कैसा. So sakshitva, he used to listen all these things, and after that again when he used to sit for meditation, then adyanti Paramatma Tattva is there and I don't exist. That is what he used to say, Swami. Atma ek swananda gana. Atma is swananda gana. Swa, ananda and gana is full of highly densely packed joy and happiness only. आणि अहमात्मा हे वचन. So अहमात्मा, I told you about Vedantas. Even if you go and see Ashish Manohar, अहमात्मा, you realize that we are Atma, means Paramatma Tattva, Yahovah and all those things. तरी मग आपण काहीचा भिन्न उरला असेल, then we don't remain different than the God himself, the formless God. सोहम हंसा हे उत्तर, याचे पहावे अर्थांतर. पाहता आत्मयाचा विचार आपण कैसा तेथे. सो अहम अहम सहा. I am that God and that God is me. That is the answer to all these things. याचे पहावे अर्थांतर. So try to analyze these things. पाहता आत्मयाचा विचार आपण कैसा. So you will realize that you do this Brahma Tattva and think over it. And you sometimes, in early young age, you play the intellectual gymnastics as well, like Swami Vivekananda said. So I say, yeah, after this, after this, after this, oh, after that, this, after that. Oh, what next? There comes, once we were thinking, so one of the Swami was there. He started laughing, So the earth is there, then the solar system, then Vishwa, then Brahmanda. After that, many infinite, universes are there. After that, what? He asked, we were kids, no? So we are not realizing. We'll think over it and we'll tell you. So, we are also like this, and they are here also. Okay, think over it and then come to me. So I give you 7 days. So 7 days we are thinking. Okay. This is like that. This is after that. Okay, so many kinds of universes could be there. The laws of physics is like that. Two bodies are impacting and all those things are momentum. How could be the momentum there? Is it that the two bodies are impacting, getting merged? Is it that two body are never impacting with each other? What kind of loss could be there? Imagine, I mean, in early childhood, you have a lot of time and a lot of brains, and you have a lot of things to do as well, like this. It's, fantastic thing. You just think on it. स्वमहंसा याचे पाहताना पाहता आत्म्याचा विचार आपण कसा देन यू रिअलाइज दॅट ओ सो मच इन्फायनाइट okay, so it's a joy as well. Swami Vivekananda didn't tell that you should not play intellectual gymnastics. He said it is beyond that, you should realize that. That is what he said. आत्मा निर्गुण निरंजन त्यासी असावे अनन्य. अनन्य म्हणजे नाही अन्य, आपण कैसा तेथ. द परमात्मा तत्व, आत्मा, द ब्रह्म तत्व is nirgun, it is formless, it is always there. And you should offer praise as if ananya, you become one with that, you have become, ananya manje nahi, ananya means you have become one with that, unison with the God, not separated from him. And then where is me, me and myself, where is that? It has no place. It doesn't mean that that you should not, the transaction is transaction, the everyday life is everyday life. So don't confuse all these things. It is inside journey. Just remember this. Atma म्हणजे तो अद्वैत. Atma means Brahmatattva is Advaita. There is no separate thing, another thing than Atma. जिथे नाही द्वैताद्वैत. There is no Dvaita means I am devotee, God is there. No. Everywhere God is only there. तिथे मी पणाचे आहे तर उरेल कैसा. Means there is no me, myself and egoism is left then. And you see another thing, another side of this thing is that the person having egoism, me, myself, and I'm living for selfish deeds, those kinds of people, even people do not like them. Imagine how can the Lord and God will like those people, in fact. So this thing is also true. Atma purnatve paripurna. The infinite God is full of himself and he is complete person, totally, I mean total form. There is nothing it doesn't have. जिथे नाही गुणागुण निखळ निर्गुणी आपण कोण कैसा. There is no gun, there is no agun, means there are no good qualities, there are no bad qualities. It is those people who try to find out bad things in others. They find out mistakes. There could be people who find the mistakes and errors in the God, Rama, Shri Krishna. All these people are also not left. There could be people who are finding faults in the gods of many other religions. I mean, then my mother used to say, even if you give them amrit to become immortal, still they will find out the fault in us. I don't know what kind of joy is that. And then when I lost my one of the job, she said there are people who will do all these things with you because my father used to have a fear many a times. He said, you are like Harishchandra, you are truth speaker. How can you survive in this world? Mother used to also say that. So there are people who will remove you from the job. There are people who will pinch the pin as well. Whether he is a realized soul, he is a bhakta, whether he feels or not. I mean, this kind of thing happened with the Gnaneshwar Maharaj, Samartha Ramdas, Prabhu Ramchandra, and Shri Krishna. His own maternal uncle was going to kill him before he was born. So it is always there. Nikha nirguni apana kona kaisa. So it is pure. Nirgun means it is formless, that Paramatma Tattva. And kona, there is nothing else. Kona kaisa. We are not existing. Who is Samartha? He is asking himself. No, Samartha doesn't exist. Means, for example, Ashish doesn't exist. This world doesn't exist. You are all the big so-called people doesn't exist. Only Paramatma Tattva exists. What is the definition of big people of yours? You try and understand. Ask this question to someone yesterday. Who is big person for you? A billionaire? A powerful person? A realized soul? Try to understand. So that is also very good, because to whom you feel your idols and icons, that is also very important. Otherwise, your life is wasted in some fantastic things. Try and understand. त्वम पद तत्पद असिपद दिरसुनी सकळ भेदाभेद वस्तू ठाईचे अभेदा आपण कायचं. So you are the God only. You are only existing. Nothing else exists. Time in this place, that place, which we cannot think, which we can think. In this galaxy, that galaxy, here, there, inside, outside, everywhere, God is there. निरसिता जीव शिव उपाधी जीव शिवची कैचिक आधी स्वरूपी होता दृढ बुद्धी आपण कैसा. Means जीव and Shiva. Means I am Jew, that is Shiv. So you happen to be made up of Pancha Mahabhuta, Prithvi, Aap, Tej, Vayu, Akash. And then Paramatma is there. Then when you realize this thing and you get rid of all this Pancha Mahabhuta. Then your Jeev becomes Shiva. Even I told you that, Loha Loshta Pashan is also kinds of species. So Lord is everywhere, God is everywhere, in formless God is everywhere, the Paramatma Tattva is everywhere. It is at places more than even these places, these Pancha Mahabhuta are there. So you become, Shiva, and Swarupi Hota Dhrudha Buddhi. When you become Shiva Tattva, you become realized soul, you become, confirm that I am God. And then there, if you are God, then where is me? I, me and ego is an egotism, and where is their selfishness? It doesn't mean that you are not living a good life. You are living a better life than earlier you used to live. Once you get realized all these things. And better doesn't mean you are rich, you are this, you are that. No. You become a realized soul inside. Or outside, like Swamiji happened to tell that person that I have got my discipline. You have become sadhu because you have nothing else to do. It doesn't mean that. There are a lot of things to do. Samartha Ramdas, in fact, so many temples he built, so many people he, awakened, in fact. Tukaram Maharaj was going on this side, he was doing on this side. And then Shivaji Maharaj could establish his Swarajya as well. I mean, these values should be built in the society, and such kind of people should be there all the times. And people should also, understand those things from them. A curiosity for all fantastic things are there, but curiosity for philosophy is not acceptable at a young age. Who told you? If they realize it at a young age, then they can be able to live a better life in future. I told you that in Kanyakumari to Kashmir, you can go and anywhere and you can call a elderly person uncle. Beyond the caste, creed and religion, he will say, how are you beta, how are you child? Nirisita Jiva Shivupadi, Jiva Shiva Chikaichi Adi, Swarupi Hota Dhrudha Buddhi Apan Kaisa. So we are not left, only God is left when you think on it. Apan Mithya Satsa Deva Deva Bhakta Ananya Bhava Ya Vachanacha Vipara Anubhavi Janati. So once you become real, you realize these things, then you see that God is the only existing. You get experience of that, and then you become more Ananya, means you become more devoted, become one with the God. या नाव आत्मनिवेदन, ध्यानियांचे समाधान, नवे भक्तीचे लक्षण निरोपिले. This is Atmanivedan. The realized soul feel, satisfied with this. And this is the 9th bhakti. Niropili means I am the postman of God. I am dropping this letter to you straight away. I am just nimitta matra. God has made me nimitta matra. Otherwise, He can bring anybody over here and He can, through His mouth, He can make it speak. When Dhaneshwar Maharaj make the Reda, means they buy some to speak Vedas. So anybody can come here and can speak. पंचभूतांमध्ये आकाश, सकळ देवांमध्ये जगदीश, नवविधा भक्तीमध्ये विशेष भक्ती नवमी. So पृथ्वी, आप, तेज, वायू, आकाश. Akash means sky. Solid, liquid, gaseous, plasma state and air, and beyond that is Akash Tattva, sky Tattva is there. And beyond that is Paramatma. So in Panchamahabhuta, Akash Tattva, sky Tattva is better. In all the other gods, Jagadish is better. Vishnu or Shiva, whatever it means. Navidhan Bhakti मध्ये विशेष नवविभक्ती. So in all the Navidha Bhakti, Atmanivedan is the best one. And when you are on the Deha Buddhi, because we happen to meet a lot of people, it may happen that we are living in this mirage world, in fact. So at that time, Deha Buddhya tu dason, Jibuddhya tu dansha, Atma Buddhya tu amam. This is the way you have to behave. You become servant of the society. ओके. अन्यथा नाही मीन्स हे नवभक्ती नवी भक्ती आत्मनिवेदन होताना चुकी जन्म हे वचन सत्यप्रमाणे अन्यथा नव्हे. सो यू नो this is the ninth bhakti. If it doesn't happen, then you are not going to get away from the living and to born to die to born to buy in 8.4 million species. So it is for sure. He vachan satya praman अन्यथा nahi. He is taking out his sword and saying, this is the only truth. Get rid of all other things. Like, strict person. Otherwise you are not going to become a paramarthi, become a realized soul. Straight away, this is the truth, real truth. ऐसे हे नवविधा भक्ती केल्या पाहिजे. सायुज्य मुक्ती, सायुज्य मुक्ती कल्पांती चळ नाही. Now these are the 9 bhaktis are there, and सायुज्य मुक्ती you attain, achieve. सायुज्य मुक्ती means what? That the Paramatma Tattva is there, then like Hiranyagarbha is there, then from through Hiranyagarbha so many infinite galaxies comes out, and again it gets merged into Hiranyagarbha. But still Hiranyagarbha and the person who runs those things, that Atma Tattva is us. So once you realize that you are that and you achieve the Sahaja Mukti, then only you become a realized soul. You get rid of this Janma Maran cycle. I say now with Bhakti, Kela Paije Sahaja Mukti is Kalpanti Churna. Otherwise, Kalpanta means when that whole so many universes are going to merge with the Hiranyagarbha, and again, the cycle goes on. That again it is born, again it is dies, again it is born, it is dies. So that Kalpanta, when everything is going to get merged with the God, at that time only you become realized soul. And you will have a lot of births by that time. You will be suffering a lot till then. Okay? He is telling us clearly. अवघ्या चत्वार मुक्ती वेदशास्त्रे बोलती त्यामध्ये 3 नासती 4थी अविनाशी. There are 4 kinds of muktis are there, and in that Sahaja Mukti is the best. Okay? Like this even Veda and Shastras also say. Pahili mukti te Swalokata. Swalokata means you are living with the devotees of God. Dusri te Samyuta. Even you might be living, first Swalokata means you are living with the people, godly people, saints and sadhus, and with bhaktas and all devotees as well. Dusri te Samipata. Samyuta means like Santo Tukaram used to say that, Rukshavalli Hamaswari, you are living in the nature and you are seeing God in that. And okay. Tisri te Surupata. Surupata means you become so engrossed, in fact, into the meditation or namasmaran or whatever it may be, that you forget yourself, you become one with the God. And Sayujata means you go beyond all these things. Swalokata, Samipata and Surupata. You go become, while meditation only you are one with the God. Other times you are not one with that. Remember, huh? You go beyond all these things. And then all the times, Sayujata means all the times you live with the God 24/7. Whatever you do, everything is done by the God Himself. Because you have become the Chaitanyamaya Kaya, not the Brunmaya Kaya. You have become one with the God only. You have become God Himself only. And that is the ultimate realization a person in human body can achieve. Okay? ऐसी चत्वार मुक्ती भगवत भजने प्राणी पावती हेची निरूपण प्रांजळ श्रुती सावध पुढे ऐका परिसावे. So this is how you achieve all the 4 muktis you can achieve. Kaivalya Prapti, Mukti, Brahma Dhyan, Atma Dhyan. Kaivalya Prapti Buddhist say, Atma Dhyan, Brahma Dhyan, Sanatan Dharma. And salvation and so many things are there. It is Atma Tattva, self-realization, enlightened soul. This is how you achieve. And how to achieve that? Sahaja Mukti. This I am going to tell you in the 10th chapter of this Navvidha Bhakti Dashak. That is what Samartha Ramdas is saying. So we are going to see it in the next chapter. What is that? Mukti Chatushtay. Iti Shri Dasbodh Guru Shishya Samvade Atmanivedan Bhakti Nama Samas Nama. So you see, whether Jnaneshwar Maharaj, whether Samartha Ramdas, whosoever is there, they are telling us only one thing: God, I am one with you, thy will be done. Bible. Khuda, whatever the Allah thinks, and that is going to happen. Islam. In Sanatana Dharma, it is given that you become bhakta, so you are not separated from God, so you live a life as if the paripurna atma, paripurna vyakti, and paripurna, you live paripurnata, and you live such a beautiful life that even God becomes happy, all the people can become happy. And many have observed that all have become happy living with such kinds of people. So that is the Atmanivedan Bhakti. You become one with the God, unison with the God all the times. That is yogi, that is bhakti. You are not separated from God, then you become bhakta, you become a yogi, and you become Atmanivedan Bhakti as well. Okay? So, thank you very much.